Let's start tonight with an update on a story I know you've just been on the edge of your seats waiting for, the latest on what we're calling Burritogate. If you missed the beginning of this tortilla-wrapped saga, it revolves around an Olympic runner, Shelby Houlihan, who lives and trains with Nike in Beaverton. But she found out earlier this year she was banned from the sport for the next 4 years because she tested positive for a performance-enhancing drug called nandrolone. But Houlihan said she'd never even heard of that drug, much less taken it, and she thinks it was a false positive from a burrito.
We concluded that the most likely explanation was a burrito purchased and consumed approximately 10 hours before that drug test from an authentic Mexican food truck that happens to serve pig offal near my house in Beaverton, Oregon.
All right, well, now we've learned more about what happened that fateful evening back in December of last year. A new report from the Court of Arbitration for Sport shows that Houlihan claims she and several other elite runners had a long-standing burrito and bachelorette night. They would meet at the food cart for burritos and then eat them while they watched The Bachelorette together. I mean, who can blame you for that? And that night, Houlihan thinks she was served a pig organ meat containing that drug, nandrolone. Well, the arbitration court doesn't really see it that way. They think that's not likely. They took a look at the supply chain for pork, and according to the report, first Houlihan would have had to have been accidentally served pork when she ordered beef. Second, the pork would have had to have been uncastrated boar instead of the normal pork in the food supply chain. See the problems adding up here? That boar would have had to have been very young, but also somehow had elevated hormone levels, suggesting that it was older, highly unlikely for that age, according to the court. The court does not think all those wild chances happened all at once, by the way. They also said that the levels of drug in her system were much higher than what's been documented in past research into the way pork meat raises hormone levels. Houlihan's friends and coaches also submitted reports claiming that she's a great person and she would never cheat, but it wasn't enough for the court. They upheld the ban. She missed this year's Olympics and she'll miss the next one in Paris in 2024.